was the first choice and you just forgot to call me the first time around.
No, well, this is a fill-in.
Okay.
We appreciate that because otherwise you weren't going to pay to do this.
Oh,
See,
okay. I didn't know that I had the discount fill-in.
Yeah, we got sponsorships for this,
fair enough.
You're very good as sponsor. So Theresa Schultz, education. Why education?
Being a teacher is something that I think I always wanted to do. I just feed off of energy of other people, and in a school of 1,000 kids, where else can you find that much energy to just live off of and shape that next generation and try to leave this planet and the world a little better place than I found it?
Why administration?
So I started in Perry, Iowa. And when I started, I was a second grade teacher. I was hired as a second grade teacher. I never started as a second grade teacher. There were several factories. Perry, Iowa was heavy in the industry. And over the summer, from the time I got hired to the time school started, one of those factories closed in Perry, Iowa, and a population shift happened, just like it happens everywhere. And so the need for a second grade teacher was no longer there. And at that same time, a guidance counselor had moved on to a new opportunity. And so my principal at the time, Clark Wicks, one of the greatest educators I've ever met and one of my mentors, said, "Hey, how about instead of second grade, you become a student success leader, AKA a non-licensed counselor?" And so I jumped into that role, and the state knocked on our door and said, "There's no such thing as a student success leader. You're a counselor, so you need to go back to school."
Oh.
And so I went and got my master's in school guidance counseling, and out in Central Iowa. Sorry, this is a longer story than you probably wanted.
No, this is great.
Central Iowa, they have many more mega elementary schools. So in Perry, Iowa, I was at a school of over 900 elementary students. So it was 7 to 8 sections per grade level. And we had a head principal and an associate principal. And I was 21 at the time. And I was the student success / guidance counselor in training. And our assistant principal had to have surgery on their knee. And so then Clark Wicks came to me and said, instead of being a student success leader, you're going to be in charge of discipline. And so at a very young age, I started figuring out how to help shape kids' behavior so they could be more successful, and helping to shape some parent behavior to help their kids be more successful. And that's a pretty big ask when you have little deer eyes as a 21-year-old. But I learned from the best, and I fell in love with the job and never really turned back. I went from Perry down to Des Moines Public Schools, where I was a dean of students, and then to Jefferson Elementary here in Clinton. And 4 years ago, I took over the high school.
So you've never taught. You've always been pretty much in administration.
Kind of. I did teach preschool in Iowa City before I was in Perry, Iowa.
Okay.
So a brief stint, but I always feel like any job in education, you're first and foremost a teacher, whether that's directly with the kids, the adults that they're working with, or anyone that comes through the door.
So do you still keep in touch with Carl Wicks?
Clark Wicks, yep.
Clark?
Yep. Clark is still, he was the elementary principal out in Perry for, I believe, 25 or 26 years. He retired, took, I think, only a year off and realized he was too much of a worker to do that. Went back and became a superintendent at a shared school district out on the western side of Iowa. And then the year or 2 years after that, he went back to Perry, and he's been the superintendent ever since at Perry. So he is still working. Yeah.
Well, that is good. So you are from Platteville, Wisconsin.
Yes.
And you were telling me your father and mother were somewhat in education.
Yeah. My dad was the dean at UW Platteville, and before that, he was a professor of electrical engineering. And my mom was a FCS, Family and Consumer Science teacher, for a short time before becoming a homemaker.
Okay. Brothers, sisters, what do you got?
I have an older brother and 2 older sisters. So
You're the baby?
I am the baby, and yeah. And the only one in education, I'll put that.
Okay, very good. And an athlete as well.
I don't think my brother would agree with that statement, but yes, I tried my best to be the best runner I could be, participating in cross country and then a little indoor track in Wisconsin and outdoor track.
What was it like growing up in Platteville, Wisconsin, a college town?
Yeah, so things got a lot quieter in the summer, just with the college students not there. But obviously, with my dad heavily invested in the university, there's always something going on. And whether it was enjoying the fine arts that came with the college town or the added festivals, there was just always something. And it was always kind of cool to go watch the traveling lecturers at the college and get just exposure to the outside world than just our small town in southwest Wisconsin.
I always thought, the Wisconsin college system, it was the University of Wisconsin, Platteville, the University of Wisconsin, so-and-so, all the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah, so there's 13, and I hope I'm saying this right, and my dad will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but there are 13 universities in the system of Wisconsin, and I believe it's one of the biggest university systems in the nation for public
I would
system.
think so, yes.
Yeah.
How are they all tied together that way?
They're all state ran.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's not a ton of affiliation minus funding from one university to another, but there's lots of options.
You went to Luther College. Talk
Yes.
about that decision.
Well, I don't know if you've ever been to Decorah, but it's about
Beautiful, yes.
Yes, just one of the most beautiful campuses and surrounding areas. I'm a person that likes to get outdoors and walk trails when I'm feeling overwhelmed. That Decorah is just a very peaceful and great place to be.
Except for the football field in blue.
Oh yeah, so. When I was there, it wasn't blue when I
Okay,
was there.
okay.
So I might be aging myself a little bit, but we had a blue track back then, and
Okay.
it was after my time there that they went to the blue football field.
Talk about your days at Luther College. We've had some kids that have gone up there. Amy Struble, or is it Ann?
No,
The tennis player.
yep. I believe Amy. Yes.
Was
but
it
I'll
Amy?
have to
Okay. Oh, I think it is
double-check.
Amy. Okay, it is Amy. And we've had others that have gone up to Luther College.
Yeah, and I don't know. Aubrey Ferguson, current senior, was talking about Luther. Our state champion bowler, Emily Whitehead's going
Yes.
to Luther. And then Maddie Rowden, one of our good tennis players, is headed up to Luther as well. So we have a nice little class from this year's senior class going to Luther as well. But I always think of my time there fondly. I can tell you that every job I've gotten, I've found some type of Luther connection with it. And so it's a great network to have and really set the stage for my career and really just becoming a lifelong learner. So I enjoyed it.
I believe Randy Teemer, basketball coach here at Clinton High School, our 92 state champion coach, he went to Luther.
Oh, I didn't know that connection. So
Yes,
now I
yeah.
do. And our old superintendent, Deb Olson, was a Luther grad.
Okay, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I had an opportunity to visit with Emily. We have that honorees once a month. I always enjoy visiting. Demarius Robinson, I talked with him. Young man is carrying 2 jobs as well as competing in wrestling and rugby. It's incredible.
Yeah. And our kids, they do what it takes to be successful. They do what it takes to put their family's needs ahead of their own sometimes. And I am in awe of just the nature of our students and all that they can accomplish in really such a young age. It's impressive.
We are visiting with Theresa Schultz on Ladies' Day, coming up a break for the weather. Your appliance headquarters in downtown Clinton is Zirkelbaugh Home Appliances, 225 Fifth Avenue South. They have a store filled with blemished refrigerators at amazing prices. Zirkelbaugh's features the name brands you know and trust, like Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Amana, Whirlpool, and Maytag, plus Z-Line ranges and LG TVs. Be sure to ask about financing as you make your decision. With every sale backed by service. Zirkelbaugh Home Appliances, 225 Fifth Avenue South, and you can always visit zirkelbaughs.com.
It's time now on KROS for the Storm Track 8 weather forecast, brought to you by Prairie Lumber.
Your Friday is going to be a day worth getting outside for. Soak up the sunshine, the really warm temperatures. There will be gusty winds and high fire danger, so no outdoor burning today. We'll see temperatures soar into the mid to upper 60s. For tonight, mostly clear. Temperatures will return to the 20s. With your Storm Track 8 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
Currently, we have sunny skies and a temperature of 62. Winds are out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. This weather report on KROS has been brought to you by Prairie Lumber.
Let your new kitchen or bath tell a story and be an inspiration for years to come with craft-made cabinets from Prairie Lumber in Fulton. Craft-made cabinetry offers a multitude of customizable options for your project. Create your dream kitchen or bath today with the help of craft-made cabinets. Stop by Prairie Lumber at 912 2nd Street in Fulton and make your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
If your internet bill jump scares you, that's BS or total bill shock. You deserve better. Get Mediacom fiber-powered 300 meg internet for $30 a month, locked in for 2 full years. No big surprises, no bill shock. That's Mediacom fiber-powered 300 meg internet for $30 a month, locked in for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER today. Offer available to new customers only. Taxes and one-time installation and activation fees apply.
Visiting with Theresa Schultz. Now, Theresa, of course, a lot of construction going on and has been for some time at Clinton High School. Give us an update.
Well, so Gary, I was telling you earlier that this is my 4th year at Clinton High, and I have not experienced being the principal at Clinton High without construction yet. So out of everyone, I'm probably not the most excited, but I'm pretty close to the most excited to see this project come to a close. If you are just a regular Clinton person driving by 8th Avenue South, you'll see that we have full walls of windows going up in our new common space. It's starting to look a lot more like a finished building on the outside, so it's really exciting to see. I did take our counselors and our administrative team through the new Section E, it's called, which has our counseling and administrative offices in there this morning. And we have drywall up. We have at least 1 layer of paint on all the walls, and a lot of other finishing touches going in. Floors are still rough. Obviously, technology is not all in there yet or anything like that, but we do expect that those offices will be coming open here this summer, and then the majority of the common space and 3 more classrooms with art and a couple of other classrooms will be opening here in the fall at some point. So I'm not holding my breath too hard for the start of school, but I am told the fall. And so I'm going to hold on with white knuckles to that to make sure that we get opened and we can have some normalcy back in. Our school board just worked with a team too to make sure that our common space that was originally a phase 4 of construction and got taken out with some value engineering has a nice little facelift that then will be happening through next school year to make sure it matches the beauty of the rest of the building once that opens. So the front of the high school will look a lot different, and we'll have a turnaround for traffic with some handicap parking closer to the building and a couple additional parking spaces. So hopefully the experience of being a visitor will get a lot easier too to Clinton High when this project is done.
You know what I enjoy is the back parking lot. That's where I always park to come to a football or basketball game. It is so much nicer back there.
Absolutely. It's off of the hill now. It's much smoother. And when we look, this is the first time in 152 years that you can drive all the way around Clinton High, which is just nice.
It is. It is extremely nice. There's no doubt about that. And your gym, the renovation to your gym is spectacular, because whenever we have a visiting team come in, the coaches, the parents, the fans, they always comment what a great facility the Your Gym is.
Yeah, and it's something that when we had a vote back on March 3rd, and I can't even remember what year it was, but it was around 21, maybe 19 actually, before COVID, when we had the vote to redo the high school. It was very important to our community that we kept our historic Yord Gym, and I think it is one of our showcase pieces at Clinton High, and visiting teams always talk about how great our facilities are. This summer, we will see a little more update to Yord Gym. The area around Yord Gym will have a little facelift. We're looking at new trophy cases, new flooring, and then the bathrooms of Yord will get a little facelift as well. So
That is great. Hey, you picked out a song. Why don't you introduce it? Be a DJ for us, Teresa.
okay, so now listeners, we're going to listen to Don't Stop Believing by Journey, and it was really hard to pick this or Peace Train from Cat Stevens. So
Is said and done at Clinton High School. What is that going to be like?
well, I think I'll have a great big smile on my face because I will save so much time not thinking, not in construction meetings, not thinking about how we have to reroute students to avoid construction areas, not thinking about how bad parts of the building look as they're temporarily being used because of construction. I think it's just a great opportunity to have the building reflect the great things that the kids are doing within the walls of Clinton High and really prepare them to make a difference once they graduate Clinton High and go make the world a better place.
I had the opportunity when you had that first kind of an open house, and I liked where you had the students involved, that they would lead groups around on a tour. That's great.
Yeah, so we did tours also at the Phase 2 opening last October.
Yeah, I didn't make that
Yeah,
one.
and then we'll have tours after Phase 3 opens, and then when everything is said and done with the little renovations we're doing in the lunchroom as well, when the whole project's done, we'll of course invite the community in because this is a school that will serve and be a part of the community for at least the next 100 years. And so it's really a celebration of our community coming together to support kids for future generations. And it's awesome.
And you know what I thought was awesome was the bond referendum when it passed by such a wide margin. And you had a great group of community leaders who really did that.
Yeah. And a school makes a huge difference for a community. I know the saying, build it and they will come. We are the only school district in Clinton County that continues to gain enrollment these last several years. And so I do think it's a testament to our teachers, our programming that we have to offer, and Clinton High is just a great place to be.
We have, generally it's Wes Golden who comes in on the third Thursday, but he has been sending in all these new principals, and I've had a great time visiting with them. In fact, last time in it was Mrs. Irwin, who was in, and she graduated with my son.
Oh, there you go.
It was great to catch up with her. But she talked about learning from you and the admin team that we have right now. And we've had some good young principals who are Clinton High kids.
Yeah, so we do have a strong presence of Clinton High graduates and a lot of people that have been in Clinton for a long time. I know I've been in Clinton now over 12 years, which it feels like home. And so we all have just an investment in our community and want to make it good for our kids, but future generations as well.
All right. Going forward, what would you like for Clinton High School?
I think we're on a great path, and I love the community support and really community members seeing the great things that our students are doing and celebrating our students, because their accomplishments are so great, whether we look at our sports teams, and we had all but one of our 22 teams gain student athletes this winter, which growing programs are good programs. That's great. We had 17 speech kids go to All-State this winter. We are just seeing a lot of excellence throughout, and having that community support behind us makes all the difference. It makes the difference for the kids, the adults that are pouring their time into this, and just the general celebrations that we can have as a community.
Again, thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you at the ball games.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
Basically, get out of the way.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
The Pirates, just a curiosity when Paul Skeens pitches, but you do have talent there. I just wish you could keep the talent there. And I'm not smart enough to know this, but could I get some kind of equity group to come in and say, how about we spend money? Almost like the collectives that you have with college athletics, with football, where you say, hey, we're gonna spend $35 million. Look at BYU spending all their money on basketball. There's certain, Liberty